Welcome back, everyone. Michael here with Offshore Citizen. Today we're going to give you a very quick update on the subject of the Portuguese Golden Visa Program. There's been a slight change, which we expected to see coming, but we're going to fill you in on kind of some of the specific details in terms of some restrictions and why, if you're going to do that program, maybe you would want to do it sooner rather than later. I'll cover kind of some of the other options where they might be competitive anyway. So, how does this apply to you? Before we do that, if you have not already, thank you for joining us. Would love if you would click the subscribe button, follow us. In order to avoid missing out on some videos, click the notification bell. If you aren't familiar with our channel, we help people with residencies, citizenships, international tax planning, asset protection, banking, company formations, etc. So if you have questions about any of that kind of stuff, you can reach out to me, clarity.fm/Michael Rosmer. There's a link below. Or you can check out our websites, offshorecitizen.net, offshorecapitalist.com. All right, let's dive into this. So for those of you who aren't familiar, there's a few golden visa programs in the EU. One of them, probably the most attractive one, is Portugal. It's not the lowest amount of money that you need to put in, but it's one of the easiest paths to citizenship. So whereas you can put in less money in Greece, it's harder to get citizenship there. You can put in less money in Latvia, again, tougher to get citizenship there. So we really like the Portuguese program. In addition to that, we like the fact that Portugal has the non-habitual residency regime for tax, so that can help to make it fairly attractive. And they just made some changes to this, which are not so good for you. So for those who aren't familiar, basically you have to invest, depending on where you invest and what property you invest, etc., 280,000 euros up to 500,000 euros in property. There's also a bond option that you can do. And okay, if you're willing to do that, great. You can get a residency permit. And what's really cool about this is you get a Schengen visa, so that gives you access to the whole Schengen zone. Great, we like that. It leads to citizenship. Basically, it takes 5 years to get permanent residency, and then after that, you can apply for citizenship. You do need a little bit of Portuguese, but the standards for Portuguese are fairly low. And also, Portugal is a little bit more useful of a language than, say, Latvian, right? So we like the Portuguese Golden Visa program as a pretty good way to get a European citizenship without having to spend a lot of time in the EU. Okay, so this is the key thing, is that the amount of time you actually need to spend out of a 5-year period. Like I said, you get this golden visa, and basically the idea is to hold it for 5 years until you can be permanent. During that time, I believe you have to renew once in there, so you get a couple of years and then you get 3 years, if I recall correctly. I might be confusing with another one, but anyway, contact us and we can go through the details with you. Once you do that, the stay requirement, how much time you have to spend in Portugal, is very low. Okay. Now, in theory, you can buy theoretically any property and qualify for this. So that's also good. Now, in practice, would you want to go to a ton of effort? Maybe not. So there's, you can buy a lot of projects that are self-managed. They guarantee a certain rate of return. You own the property, clear title, so it's not an issue. Then there's also hotel developments. There's a whole other conversation about that. So it's a pretty good program. I'll do another video on it in the future. But what has changed is that over the last while, since basically they started the program, a lot of money has gone into the capital city of Lisbon, as well as Porto, which is the second largest city, and then also the coastal region. So for obvious reasons, right? This was the desirable area. Even though it was a larger investment amount in most cases, people said, okay, I'm willing to do this because, hey, listen, I want a property in those areas. And this has really pushed up the real estate market in Lisbon and Porto in particular, but the coastal area as well. So we kind of knew that this was coming over the last little while, and they just officially announced that they will be ending the ability to buy property in those regions. So you can no longer buy in Lisbon, Porto, or any of the coast. And this was the part that was a little bit uncertain, was we weren't sure how much, whether it would just be Lisbon and Porto that would be removed, or whether they would remove, a bunch of the coast as well. So it turned out they did. Something that's a little bit different is we were expecting it all to be done basically December 31st. They're saying they're going to gradually phase it out and be done by July 1st. So what does this mean for you? Well, first of all, it means that if you're interested in this program and you're interested in seeing if you can still get into one of these regions, contact us right away, because you would want to take moves on it and see if you can get in there before you're not able to get into those areas. It will typically require a little higher investment than you could in some of the other areas. Typically, you might be looking at €500,000, but hey, that could be fine. The other thing that might affect you, though, is, listen, the property prices were pushed up quite a lot in those areas by, the Golden Visa program. So it'll be interesting to see how the property markets respond in Porto, in Lisbon, as compared to some of the other areas now that people are forced to invest in those areas. We've typically liked those other areas anyway for a few different reasons. So the main reason is simply because there's less money investable, right? So you can do a program where you can invest 280,000 euros, which is pretty low amount, right? A lot of other people, maybe they're not willing to go into the problem with the 280,000 euro program, and again, I'll do another video on it, is that the investment type, it has to meet some criteria that are fairly tough. So a lot of projects won't meet that. But even 350 is still not too bad. You can get, okay cap rates. I wouldn't say that it's, amazing investment potential, but decent. And so, yeah, if you're interested in that, please reach out to us. We can help you with everything from, the legal on the ground part in Portugal, as well as connect you with people who are, very good for providing excellent quality projects, guarantees if you want it completely managed so you don't have to have anything, or alternatively if you want to go and actually live there and buy a property that you're going to live in. So anyway, I hope that helps. Again, if you like the video, please click the like button. We really appreciate it. Tell me in the comments if you have any questions, if there's anything you'd like to see, etc. If not, definitely, if you haven't subscribed to the button, smash the subscribe button, the notification bell. Let us know how it is that we can improve. Check out our websites, offshorecitizen.net, offshorecapitalist.com. And if you'd like any help with any of this, reach out to me, claire.fm/Michael Rosmer. I will see you guys on the next video.